Also important to say about Mason Mount that Liverpool interest is concrete, is a possibility, is one of the names they have in the list. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. And today, guys, we touch on something about Chelsea, Mason Mount, Sterling, KANTÉ. Let's update a bit on these contract situations, but also important to touch on Manchester United. We have some stories on players linked to Man United. Was true, was false? Let's jump into it together. And guys, first win in the last few weeks for Chelsea. It was a really important one with Leeds United, so let's see how it will continue, how will be the future for Graham Potter. But what I wanted to clarify today is about players, because it's important to clarify, first of all, after all the rumors we had about Arsenal and many other clubs linked to Raheem Sterling, that the player really wants to stay. Raheem Sterling wants to continue at Chelsea. He wants to be 100% focused on Chelsea project. It's true that Chelsea will change many players in the summer, but they invested important money on Sterling last summer. They trust the player. They are convinced he can be part of the project, and so at the moment there is absolutely no movement on Chelsea side or on Sterling side. The idea is to continue together. Also important to mention about Chelsea that at the moment is total standby for Mason Mount on the contract talks. Everything is stopped, so there are no active negotiations. It will be decided probably in the summer. The feeling is that there is a real chance for Mason Mount to leave Chelsea at the end of the season. As things stand, the agreement is not close, and so this is the reality. Also important to say about Mason Mount that Liverpool interest is concrete, is a possibility, is one of the names they have in the list. Not the only one, but for sure Mason Mount could be a really interesting one on the market. Of course, a lot will depend on the coach situation at Chelsea. And also, to clarify about Chelsea, that N'Golo Kanté, as we always mentioned here, is prepared to say yes to a new contract. They are deciding on the length of the contract, if 2023 or 2027, if including an option for further season. So there is discussion on the final details, but it's really close. The contract extension of N'Golo Kanté with Chelsea, and the player was absolutely crucial in this story because this was really far, the agreement in November, December, then negotiations were keeping process, and N'Golo Kanté was crucial in the talks because he loves Chelsea, he loves London, and he really wanted to stay. So this is why he's now close to agree on a new contract with Chelsea. About Manchester United, guys, in the last few hours we heard some stories about Jeremy Frimpong linked to Manchester United move for the summer. What we can say is what we said in October, November. Man United are following the player. They have constantly their scouts keeping an eye on Jeremy Frimpong. He's one of many right backs they're following, but at the moment, from what I understand, there is no contact at all between Man United and Bayer Leverkusen, no negotiation, no concrete or active discussion, and so at the moment it's just following the player and nothing else. And this is important to clarify because, let me remind, the priority and the focus for Man United in that position is to extend the contract of Diogo Dalot as soon as possible. I wanted to tell you something important about Kim Min-jae, the centre-back, Korean centre-back of Napoli. He's doing fantastic this season. There is a release clause into his contract. It's a bit more than 50 million euros. It's around 50 million euros. This is the release clause that Napoli want to remove, and so Napoli are offering him a new contract. He's doing very well this season in Serie A and in Champions League. Napoli want to get a new contract done as soon as possible to remove the release clause or put a different release clause. What we can say is that Man United scouts were following the player already in October, in November, but really important to say that they were also sitting in the stands in the last game between Napoli and Lazio. He's a player they're following, and so Kim Min-jae is one to watch because Manchester United are keeping an eye on him. But at the moment, it's important also to say that Napoli want to extend his contract. Is a priority for Napoli to make it a new deal as soon as possible. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories: Frimpong, Kim Min-jae, Mason Mount, Sterling, and N'Golo Kanté. I wait for your opinion. Here, as always, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell. As always, guys, subscribe to the channel. Every day, we're here together. Thank you, and see you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.